Welcome back to Maria and Joe, and this is Maria.
Hey, Joe's still here.
That's a good thing. Hi, and I'm Kiki.
And I'm Kevon Tyree.
All right, so we are actually full house today. I'm so glad. Thank you so much for coming in and supporting my show. You guys are always there for me, and I'm so glad to have people like you guys. And viewers, as you know, this is Kevon Tyree, and this is Kiki of Are You It? And Karma, what is your band name again?
Oh, I'm in too many, girl. I'm all over the place. So
God.
You can catch me with the NRB, you can catch me with Karma, or with the band Absolute Evil. All of us local acts. You can see us at a casino, lounge, or area near you.
Wonderful.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's fourth segment, viewers, and we're gonna be talking about our next topic, which is our current event.
All right.
Okay.
Joe, I know that you love the Olympics, but I just want to actually touch a little bit about what I seen on the news this morning, which is about the NRA.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, so what do you guys think about that, about the NRA? With all the shooting, we actually have our current event last week, which is about the deadly shootings happened here in the U.S. on the last 5 years.
Yes.
That's actually didn't go right on the sentence, but you know what I mean.
Right.
Okay.
So yeah, well, with all these shootings happening around us, it has, I don't know if it has or it has nothing to do with NRA, but would it help? Do you guys think would it help?
Go ahead. You go.
Well, I was going to wait for Joe.
No, yeah, I'm sorry. Joe, please go. Yeah, you go first,
Let's have
Joe.
Joe start off a little.
Yes,
Come on, Joe.
that's a
Give
good
us
idea.
your insight on it.
Absolutely. As we were talking earlier during break, there are good people, there are bad people. There are good Republicans, bad Republicans, good Democrats, bad Democrats, regardless.
Right.
If someone wants to hurt you, they're going to find a way. Rocks, sticks, guns, explosives, it's a sad reality. But guns aren't the problem, it's the way our society is today. The way the video games, we see more and more, that's actually a psychological condition now, it's been out there in social media. Playing too much video games affects our brains. So we see more and more, we're desensitized to the violence around us each and every day. No matter what channel you put on, someone's dying, there's been a shooting, there's been a threat somewhere in the world. But we're so desensitized to it that we just want to hear the guns thinking that's the problem. The problem is the way we're bringing up our children. The problem is the way our society thinks, changed our mindset over the last several years. And now we think it's the gun problem. It's not the gun problem. It's the society, the way we're bringing up our communities. That's my 2 cents.
I have to agree with Joe. Again, it all starts from right here, the base core. You know, what goes on in the house, monitor your kids, you know, be involved. You have to be involved because a lot of parents these days are so busy. You know, they kind of let their kids go to their room, you know, they play on their phones all night, play on the computers all night, watch these games, you know. These games are, I mean, if you guys have seen them, I mean, they really are.
I mean, we've grown up in the video game.
Well,
era.
I grew up like on Pac-Man, you know,
Yeah,
on
me-
Atari,
I've grown up all that.
Galaxy, stuff
Yeah,
like
I was
that.
gonna
But
say.
I've also seen the N64 and all the other than
Now,
pretty similar.
I mean, I go out myself to the gun range. You know, one of my uncles has a pro gun range out here, and I go out and I shoot, and I have shot AK-47s. I've shot, you know, Glocks. I mean,
Oh,
a little of
girl.
everything.
Yeah.
Yes, I have, and you know, it's okay. And of course, the gun range, and I think everybody should, you know, learn how to do it anyways. Don't be scared of it. You know, we keep saying, oh God, I don't want to touch a gun, I'm so scared of it. No, I think that, you know, it's okay if you do it the right way. You should acknowledge, have some sort of knowledge about it. The problem that's going on, again, it's our society. You know, they blame it on, yeah, it could be mental illness, it could be, you know, the drug use has gone up 90%, especially here in the United States. You know, and the society is disconnected from everybody. Everybody's disconnected. You know, families are, they're really not families anymore. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's very hard. You know, of course, though, your heart breaks when you hear a school shooting or you hear a coworker goes in and, you know, does damage to his workplace. So, but again, now they just, I think, passed the law, or they're trying to pass something where in order to purchase a weapon, you got to be 21 instead of 18.
Oh.
Let me tell you
So they
something.
changed
If
that.
somebody wants a weapon, probably 75% of the time, the ones that really want it and know how to get it, they're not going to go into a gun store and actually purchase it the right way. Go through, you know, the permits and this and that. There's ways to get them on the streets, and people get them on the streets all the time, and they're very easy to get on the streets, you know? So how do you control that? That's my question. How could you control that when it's so accessible to pretty much, if somebody wants a gun, they could go. If they're a felon and they can't get one, okay, they're not going to walk into a store if they know they got a felony and they got to wait, you know, what is it, 7 days or 10 days to pass, you know, the background check? No, of course, they're going to go around the corner where a friend of a friend of a friend is able to get it, you know, you throw them a couple, $500-600 and you got yourself a weapon. So, I don't know, it's, again, an epidemic in our country, all over the world, not here only, all over the world, I'm going to say. So, that's my intake.
I say that it's a human condition. Because like Joe and like Kiki says, it's not a gun issue. It's a human issue. And I say that to say that people get angry, people get upset, people have emotional issues, psychological issues, and sometimes they take that out on people because they don't know how to take it out or deal with it directly. Moreover, I'll say, because we talked about the video games and the disconnect makes, I don't necessarily agree with that. I think that's just a new avenue, and this is why I say that, because if we're going to look at history, you can say people in the Roman times when they had the swords and the arrows and all that stuff, that was a violent era compared to how we live today.
Right.
You could look at the Old West. You could look at the Revolution. They had a lot of violent situations that went in that era. And these children grew up in those situations. A lot of them had married kids and died by 35, you know, and they was able to deal with that life. Now, of course, my point is, these people had to learn to accept and respect what was going on. Of course, a lot of them different. A lot of them didn't. A lot of them had mental issues, psychological issues, emotional stuff they didn't know how to handle, etc. No different what we deal with now. The difference between then and here is they had society accept what it was.
Right.
Accept that it was violent and basically say we need to respect the situation, but doesn't mean you have to partake in the situation. You know, there's a line, there's an Asian proverb, and it was like, why should you, if you don't want me to fight, why are you teaching me? And they said, I'd rather you be a warrior in a garden than a gardener in a war. You know what I'm saying? Right.
Yeah.
So to that I say, if people want to change the rules of the NRA as far as the Constitution and state stuff and this, that, and everything else, all the more power to them. If they want to do certain things to protect the schools and everything else, all the more power to them. If companies want to say the NRA needs to do this, and want to pressure them in a political manner because they want to see some change, again, all the more power to them. But let's keep in mind this one thing. It had nothing to do with the guns and everything to do with the individual that's sitting next to you and you yourself when you look in the mirror. If you're a gun owner and you was taught how to use a gun in an appropriate manner and you respect your gun and you have an issue that compels you to do something, maybe you should turn yourself in or go to the proper people to get yourself the help you need to deal with that, or talk to someone if you can. Now,
That's kind of hard though, because
They don't think they have an issue.
Yes,
That's
exactly.
the problem.
but that goes back to the human issue.
Yeah.
Right, that goes back to the human condition.
It goes back to what she's saying. It's actually on the base it's come back to base score, or
But
people
I
who
don't-
are around them.
I don't necessarily agree with that because how many people had horrible lives growing up and being pillar society? How many people had parents and family lives that were great versions of pillar society became the polar opposite? It's a coin flip.
Well, I kind of agree with that. But what I'm saying about base score is, or what I'm trying to say is it actually comes with the people around you too. You know, I mean, if you see somebody's actually having trouble, and you see that something is going wrong, make sure you actually attend that person because you might actually touch their life and help them and not do
Yeah.
something.
Okay, on that note, well, that's what a lot of people did with this last shooter. They contacted the FBI, which
Yes.
went unnoticed.
They contacted
They
police.
contacted police,
Right.
friends, family, parents.
They
They were
squashed.
they were brought out, and everybody kind of overlooked it.
Yes.
That's what I'm saying. It's kind of it's a lot bigger than all of us now because like sometimes people aren't taking it as serious because a lot of I hate to say it, a lot of kids say, oh, I might just go shoot this thing. No. I hate to even use those words. And sometimes people just say, oh, that's my buddy, it's okay. But now we see that, kids that are coming to the defense that we did contact the authorities, we did tell people, and nothing happened.
Nothing, yeah.
Why aren't the adults not listening to us?
Right.
So,
That's unfortunately another catch-22 because they're
Yeah.
absolutely right. They're absolutely right to put the onus once they put it out there. And the flip side of that, of course, is if police are more proactive with that, then they say, now you're taking away individuality. You're taking away rights. You're taking away someone who's being reactionary. Because you don't really know just because he said it that he really means it. That's the fence that we're talking
That's
about
it.
here.
That's it.
That's the thing. That's the dissonance, the line where we want people to be protected, but we still want freedom. And they don't necessarily congeal that greatly.
Yeah.
So what do? I am Team Freedom, personally. I am Team Freedom. Now, of course, I don't want people to get hurt. I don't want that at all. But I'm Team Freedom. So for all that stuff, that's...
Are you an Octavarian?
Am I what?
Are you Libra?
Liberal?
Libra.
Libra?
Yeah,
Libra.
October.
Oh, Libra. No, I'm a Virgo.
Oh, you're a Virgo.
I'm a Virgo. Right.
Okay, I thought you're in the middle. That's why I said.
Oh, well, yeah, I will.
He's in
not
the middle
gonna-
in this.
Yeah,
Position
right.
in the
I'm
middle.
stuck in the middle with you.
There you
Yeah,
go.
baby. No, I'm kidding.
Well, anyways, Joe. Okay, let's before we actually end up our current event. I promise you that we're gonna talk about your favorite Olympics.
My favorite Olympics is actually the Summer Olympics, but my second favorite
It's not summer. It's a Winter Olympics.
You get
We just finished the Winter
We just
Olympics.
finished it.
Okay, go ahead.
That's current events. The series been going on forever. Current events is the Olympics. And even though the United States, well, they came in fourth as far as the standings. Norway had 39 medals, Germany 31, Canada 29, the U.S. only 23, with the Netherlands with 20. Well, we got 9 goals, and that's pretty exciting. We had a great time. I think the Olympics is a time where most of the world puts away their differences. It's only
Agreed.
for a couple weeks. They put away their differences, their anger, and they come together kind of as a whole. The world, we want to see the best of the best compete. We want to see what the other countries are capable of. We want to see how much pressure and stress someone can go through to persevere and win that medal they never won before. I think the Olympics is a good way to do that. And we've seen it this past Olympics where not only was it South Korea, but North Korea participated with them as,
Right.
as Korea as a whole. So whether or not they get along the whole time, who knows what's going on days after the Olympics, who really knows? Well, at least for those 2 weeks of time, the Koreas came united and trying to show the world that we can all be united. It's a
That's
great
right.
time.
Well, yeah. Well, I just want to actually clarify what we were telling the viewers 2 weeks ago that the Olympics actually taken place in North Korea. You were saying that it's South Korea. It's actually in North Korea.
No, it was South Korea.
South Korea?
Yeah, it was.
Pyongyang, not
South Korea.
Is it South Korea? Okay.
Yeah.
I was looking on the, I was
Yeah,
looking
it was South
actually.
Korea.
It says North Korea, so
No.
I don't.
And I want to just kind of give a big shout out because you guys all know I'm Greek, and the Olympics started in Greece.
Oh.
Yes, it did.
And if you ever, watch the opening, of course, the opening ceremonies, the Greek
Always
flag
is.
is the one that comes out first.
Yes,
So I just want to
starts
say,
in Athens.
we have a lot of Greeks that are watching right now. So, γεια σας Έλληνες από το Las Vegas, χαιρετίσματα και πολύ αγάπη και φιλάκια. Άντε, γεια σας. So there you
Hi,
have
you
it.
guys.
All I know about Greek is give me them lamb gyros. That's all I know.
Gyros, delicious.
Give me the-
Gyros, panakopita,
Right.
tiropita,
And for the
ouzo.
and for my New Yorkers out there, yes, we say it wrong, gyros. All
That's
right?
right.
Yeah, because I got to rep my New Yorkers out
Oh
there.
yeah. Oh yeah. Greeks are really great.
Yes.
I know one. So.
Opa.
Oh, except.
You know too.
Yeah, I know too. Yeah, I know
Opa.
too. Opa. What does that mean?
That means like festive, like happy.
Yeah.
Opa.
Opa,
Yeah.
opa,
We go
opa.
opa. We throw the
Hi.
dollars.
Yeah, you throw
Drink
the,
the
you
ouzo.
throw the plates.
Break the plates. All
Right.
that
Oh
fun
my
stuff. Yeah.
God.
right.
We got to do a
I
segment
mean-
on Greece. That's
Yes,
what
we
we
have to do that.
As long as
We
you ain't
have
throwing
to
no
do
plates,
that.
girl, we all right.
Anything else you want to add, Joe?
No, that's it for me. The Olympics was great. It's going to be in China in 4 years. I plan to be there. Hope some of you come to join me.
All right.
All right. Well,
Let's
that's
do a
good.
live show from there.
Yeah,
How about
exactly.
I was in the Seoul Olympics back in '88.
Oh,
Nice.
okay, nice. Yeah. That's great.
And by the way, I will be actually live streaming the Oscar. Is it Oscar this Sunday?
Mm-hmm.
So stay tuned, viewers. And also next week is our topic is finances. How do you spend your money wisely, your hard-earned dollars?
That's what your significant other's for, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, if you
yeah.
are single,
That's right. Well,
That's different.
Let's see. Well, there's a lot of places for single guys to spend their money to help finance something, but we
Oh.
digress.
There you go.
We
Hashtag.
digress. Yeah.
well, thank you, viewers, for tuning in and catch our show on YouTube and our page, Maria and Joe Live TV. And I would like to say thank you
Thank
so
you.
much,
Thanks for having me again. Thanks,
Kiki
everybody.
and Kevin Tyree. I keep on.
Thank you guys for having us back on the show.
Thank you.
Thank
See you
you.
guys again next week, and I hope I'm gonna get these two again next week. We're gonna have a space, space, a little bit more space. All right. Thank you. Thank you. This is Maria.
Thanks.
I think he's gone.
Yes. Bye.
He stopped talking.
Okay.